Hi, it's Alex here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a webinar in Kajabi in about 10 minutes flat. Now, if you haven't got your actual webinar recorded yet, I'm also going to show you how to do that at the end of the video. So stick around for that and we'll get right into it. Okay, so once you're in Kajabi, you will go to website and then funnels, and then in Kajabi, they've actually got a pre-made webinar funnel done for you. So it's literally like a click of the button and you can have your webinar up and running super fast. So if we scroll down here, this is a Zoom webinar. This is if you're going to do a live webinar. Now, I don't recommend that you do a live one straight away. I recommend that you do a pre-recorded one. The reason for that is because it's going to cost you a lot of money to fill that webinar up. And a lot of people won't even turn up. About 50% show rate is quite normal. And, you know, people forget, other things come up and they just don't attend. And then you've spent a lot of money to get people there. Whereas with a pre-recorded evergreen webinar, people can just log in anytime and check out your webinar. So if you go to legacy funnels here, and then here it says pre-recorded webinar, and that's exactly what we want. So just click on get started. And then you can name your webinar funnel. I'm just going to call it test, webinar test. And then obviously it's a pre-recorded webinar. When do you want your webinar to start? I'm going to select, say, a date in the future, like so. And then obviously put your time zone in, and then which offer you wish to sell. Now, if you're not actually going to sell anything on your webinar, maybe you just want someone to book a call, you can just leave that blank. But if you do have a product already uploaded in Kajabi, for example, an online course, then you can select that there. I'll just leave it blank for this one. Generate funnel. So now it's building out our webinar funnel, and this is so quick, and it's all pretty much laid out and done for you. You've just got to jump in and change the pages. Now, this is a part of a 10-part series where I'm showing you how to build a digital product from scratch. Now, these are, obviously there's many ways to do this, but this is the exact steps that I took to go from zero to over, well, nearly $250,000 online now with my first online course. So like I said, there's many ways to skin a cat, many ways to do this, but this is what's worked for me. So if perhaps if you're starting out, you're just creating your first digital product, your first online course, this can help you. So now we've got the registration page, the webinar email follow-up, the confirmation page, the webinar room, and the final sales page. So really, all you've got to do now is click on the registration page. And then once that loads up, you can literally just jump in and swap out the headline for whatever your headline is. Now, in video 1 of this 10-part series, by the way, I'm going to leave all the links in the description to this 10-part series. In video 1, I show you how to create an awesome headline and come up with your niche and come up with your offer. So go back and check that out because that's going to help you with this headline. Now, obviously, just for demonstration, I'm not going to bother filling this out because it will be a really long video. That's pretty self-explanatory. Just click on there and then you can adjust your headline in here, write some key points here, tell them a bit more about the webinar, and then that's that. So now you want to go, this is the awesome part. So once you've done that, you can save that. Now this is what I like a lot about Kajabi, is that it's actually done a lot of this for us already. So if we just click on leave. So now it's actually, so now this is just asking you, when do you want your webinar to occur and how often. So what I like to do is repeat it for every 15 minutes. So 15 minutes. That way it's like a just-in-time webinar. So someone discovers your opt-in page, and then the webinar's always just about to happen. I'm sure you've seen that before. So they haven't got long to wait. You know, that's the problem. If you're doing a live webinar and it's in 1 week's time, they'll forget about it. Even if you keep sending them reminders, people will forget. So that's that. So you just choose your time and everything and how often. And this is the part that I love. It comes up here with this pre-written like email sequence, if you like. So once they actually register, so it says here at time of registration, they'll get this email. Now, this also links to the webinar room and everything. So all you need to do is come in here and adjust this email to suit your product. And look, I mean, it's already giving you plenty of ideas. You haven't got to be a master copywriter to do this, because it's all kind of laid out perfectly. So all you need to do is come in and adjust that. And then it's going to give another, I'll just save that. Then it's going to give another reminder. Now, obviously, if you're doing in every 15 minutes, then you'll need to adjust this, because this email is going to go out 1 hour before the event. But if you're doing a 15-minute one, I'll just change that to 5 minutes. So that, let's say they register and it's in 15 minutes time, they'll get another reminder in 5 minutes just before the webinar. And then all you need to do is adjust that. And then and then the final one here, which is take your seat, we're about to start. Okay, because it's flipped round. So yeah, take your seat, you're just about to start. I'll put that about 1 minute before the event, and then again, obviously adjust that. You won't need to adjust any of the links because it's going to come up perfectly for you. It's going to send them straight to the webinar. So that's it. So we've got one as they register, like saying thanks for registering. Then you've got your reminder, 5-minute reminder here, then a 1 minute reminder telling them we're just about to start. And then we've set it for every 15 minutes. And then there's also a follow-up email that comes after the event. So this says 1 day. I like to change this for like 2 hours to keep, because it's still fresh in their mind. So 2 hours after your webinar, you can actually pitch them on the product and say, thanks for coming along to the webinar. Here's the offer, and you send them the link to then the sales page, which I'll get into in a moment. But this is like, I said 10 minutes flat. Obviously this would take you longer, but like to create the actual webinar funnel is like 2 minutes flat. All you need to do is jump in and swap out the text. That's what's awesome in Kajabi. And then you've got the webinar room. Oh, sorry, skipping ahead a bit now. Now you've got the confirmation page. So this is the page that people will see after they opt into your webinar. So they'll get this page, which just says, thank you for registering. Please check your email. And it gives them the date and time. And then obviously you can put an image of whatever, like something related with your product there. And then, so there's not much adjusting to do there really, maybe just swap out the image. And then you've got the webinar room. Now this is where you will upload your webinar file. So like you would pre-record your webinar and then upload it into here, and obviously put a relevant headline. So that's the page they'll get if they log in early. This is the page that will come up sort of when the countdown hits 0. They'll click on enter training room, and then there will be the event video. If we click here, this is where you will upload your webinar video. So right here on the right hand side here, you would upload your webinar file. Now I know what you're thinking now. God, I've got to go make a webinar. It's going to be so much work and all that, but don't worry, because I've made this super easy for you. I'm going to show you just in a moment, like a fill in the blanks template deck that you can get started with. And remember, it's better just to get something out there, even if your webinar's not perfect, just get it out there, start getting some traffic, and you can always work on your webinar as time goes on and improve things as time goes on. So that's all you need to do with there. And even like your buy button, you don't need to adjust any links in there because it will go straight to this sales page. So the final page is the sales page, where it's literally a summary of exactly what they're getting and then a call to action to buy it. So again, you can just swap out these headlines and maybe say, thanks for attending. This is the exclusive bonuses you're going to get. Maybe like some benefits or bonuses here, and then just a call to action which will take them to the checkout where you'll collect the money, the exciting part. So that's literally how easy it is to create a webinar, and I highly recommend that you do create a webinar if you're building a digital product, an online course. You know, maybe you want to get people on the phone to try and sell a service or a product. Highly recommended that you use a webinar. Now, the webinar for me, when I first started my info product, the webinar is what took it to the next level. And like I said, we're at nearly $250,000 now. And it's probably thanks to this simple webinar funnel that I'm showing you now. So what if you don't have a webinar? So I've got this template deck here, which you can literally fill out. So you can jump in and swap, like just add in your text. So how to blank without blank. So let's say if you were in the weight loss niche, how to lose weight without strenuous exercises or without giving up your favorite foods. I won't run through the whole thing because as you can see, it's like 72 slides long, but I will run through some of the basics. So we've got how to blank without blank. And then like please turn off your distractions, the disclaimer. I'll run through some of the key points just so you can get the idea. So like the goal for this webinar, just to tell them exactly what they're going to learn. And then we want to go through the problems. So here's the problems I faced when I started on this journey. Now, obviously you can jazz this up. You can even create these slides in Canva or something and then upload them to this. But this is to give you the skeleton of the webinar, like the key points. So imagine if you were able to, so this is some future pacing, and then we go on to more problems. So talk about more problems in the industry, and then we introduce our solutions. Once we've really built up that pain for their problem, then we can introduce the problem, which is your particular system. You can swap out this image for your course, and then here we start adding some bonuses. So we add a few bonuses here, and then finally on the final page we give them like the full stack total value, and then we do a bit of a price drop here, and then we reduce the price. So you're not even going to pay $300, and then only $197 for everything. Now, obviously, you price it how you like. You can swap out the text here, or like I said, create nice images in Canva. It's totally risk-free, and the offer will not be around forever. And then a final call to buy. And then what you do, you simply record this in Loom. Now, I'm actually using Loom right now. This is what I'm recording this on. All you need to do, I recommend if you switch off the camera and just record the screen, talk through it, be very casual, you know, and just go through, practice. The great thing is, because it's not live, you can practice it as many times as you like. Once you've got that file, you simply upload that into your Kajabi webinar funnel, and you have yourself a webinar. So you could probably knock this out in a couple of days, I reckon. Super simple, and I highly recommend it. Now, if you're just thinking, well, what about the rest of this? You know, I need to learn how to create an offer, how to build a course, how to get traffic, You know, you might not know where you're starting with your digital product. That's why on this channel, this is part of the 10-part series. So check the links in the description and you're going to get near enough a full education on, like I said, there's many ways to do this. I'm only showing you what I've done, which has worked for me. So the next step is to subscribe to the channel and check out the links in the description, and I'll see you on the next video.